Okay, now you can see the house with the finished brickwork. Oh, I guess you can't see it right now. And you can see basically I've carved in the bricks all around the structure. Okay, that red line was kind of forming the top of the bricks. It's okay if you go above that line with your carvings. If you went over the line a little bit like I did there, that's fine. But you can see basically that's the brick inscribed. The next thing we're going to do is add the wooden framing to this. So the wooden framing is basically made from coffee stirrers, oftentimes in discount stores like at Walmart, skinny sticks. And basically they are these long, about 6-inch long sticks that you can see here. If you've seen my some of my other tutorials, such as my water tower, I use these. Use them in a lot of stuff actually. And so what I've done is I have pre-cut some of these to a shape, so that basically I know where they're going and around the house, and I'm going to apply them, and you can see how I apply them. Now this is one of those things that is very much a matter of personal preference, how you want it to look. I've decided to put some timber framing above that red line, going horizontally all the way around the structure to provide some support. So I'm going to do what I did before, which is to start with some just white glue on a piece of scrap, and I'm going to use a paintbrush to apply it to these pieces. You know, a lousy old paintbrush that I can live without. I'm going to start on the front of the structure, and I've actually pre-labeled these. I don't know if you can see that. I've pre-labeled these. It says F1, so for front 1, so I know kind of where it goes, so I can quickly do this. That's mostly because, you know, I'm doing the video. I wanted to be ready for you all and not waste your time. You could certainly cut these and just put them on as you go rather than pre-cut them all. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that frame on the piece right above that line. Now you'll notice I am sticking over a little bit on the edge there, and that is intentional, and you'll see why in a couple minutes. So I'm also going to put the other one, which I've labeled F2 for front 2, on the other side of the door. I'm just nicely applying some glue on there, and I am going to stick that on the other side, okay, as so. Again, I am sticking over the edge a little bit. There's a reason, there's a method to the madness. We'll get to that. Actually, let's do that right now. Alright, I want this to have a nice square edge to it, this wooden framing. So when we come around, I'm going to get my next piece for the left side of the house, which I've also pre-cut, pre-labeled for my ease of construction here. And I'm going to put that on, and it goes basically right in here above that line. Now, the idea before of why I left some space overhang the edge is that these line up fairly flush, so I have a nice frame that goes around the corner of the building there. I'm going to continue this with pre-cut pieces all the way around for my vertical timber supports. Okay, so what you can see now is that I've applied all of the horizontal timbers made of coffee sticks, coffee stirrers, or craft sticks as they're called in the store. Balsa wood would be fine. Okay, and I've just got more framing here and more framing around this side, so I've got that whole horizontal framing. Now what this structure is going to need is some vertical framing, and the main reason it's going to need it aesthetically is that if you remember when we started with these two 2-inch styrofoam pieces. And we've got an ugly seam there that obviously makes someone look at this and say, hey, that's 2 pieces of material put together. We need to put a frame here too, a vertical frame. So again, I've pre-cut all of my frames, and basically what we're going to do is we're going to put a vertical frame right in there over that seam to disguise it, alright, like that. And plus, you know, logically the house would have some vertical timber frames as well. We're going to do that here. We're going to do vertical frames below and above the window. We're going to do vertical frames on the back, and then on the other side in a similar fashion. So I'll apply my first one, and then I'll skip ahead and you can see what the finished product looks like. So I'm applying glue to the back of my front vertical frame. Got a little extra glue on there, it's okay. And I am going to put that right over the seam. Needs a little correcting there, not the end of the world, although I don't want to get glue everywhere. Alright, and so that is what a vertical framing looks like, and you're going to do that above and below the windows and all the way around the house. You'll see what that looks like in just a second. Okay, so now I've got the vertical framing on the house as well, running up above the windows and below the windows, above the doors, etc. So you can see that my timber frame is in place. Now, before we get to details, there's one basic element of the structure we still have to do, which should be pretty obvious, which is the roof, because we don't want this ugly, cruddy, chopped up stuff here. So we are going to add a very nice shingled roof to this, metal shingled roof to this. That's going to be a lot of fun. So that will be in the next video. So thanks for watching.